Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we're talking Google Fi today, and I'm going to tell you guys why Google Fi service has been very good for me, including the benefits that they offer. So you'll get all that in this video update about Google Fi service in 2025. If you guys could do me a solid though, hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. But Google Fi service for the most part has been great for me. And it's always, if there was ever an issue I had with Google Fi, it had to do with their customer service, really never the network or the service connectivity. They use T-Mobile's network for those who want to know. And it's kind of sad that, that's primarily who they use now. Because when I first started with Google Fi, known as Project Fi back in the day, we had Sprint and T-Mobile connectivity, and it would smart switch in between the two. Something that, obviously people do want because Boost Mobile is trying to replicate that. US Mobile is trying their own method at that, right? But theirs is like having two SIMs installed on your device, one for each network, and you choose what networks you want to be on, your primary network and then a secondary network. But Google Fi was so much different. It was one SIM card in your phone, and it would just switch. And then when they created the MVNO deal with US Cellular, then you had three, which, in the Midwest where they do have US Cellular, I'd seen my Fi service switch between Sprint, US Cellular, and T-Mobile. It was so cool back in the day. It was really cool to see that. And, they had like a third-party app called Fi Switcher where you can force manually change to whatever network you wanted to use. So if you felt like that Sprint wasn't the best, even though for some reason your phone was connecting to the Sprint network, then you could force it on the T-Mobile or force it onto US Cellular. But that was in the infancy days of Google Fi. That's no longer their thing now, which is kind of sad. But the rest of the service is still pretty decent. They have a pay for what you use service, right? So their Flex plan, you could have that where you pay a flat rate for unlimited talk and text, and then you pay for the data for however much you use. And then they have their unlimited plans in a small, medium, and large tier. So these are new plans that recently were formulated, right? Google Fi always going back to the drawing board and always coming up with something different, every couple of years. And so in this case, this is what happened. I am on their top plan, which is $65 for a line. You get unlimited talk and text, and you get 100 gigabytes of high-speed data. You get 50 gigs of hotspot. You get the ability to use data-only SIM cards, whether you use a data-only physical SIM or you can install a data-only eSIM. So you have, the benefits of both. And of course, international usage when you travel, you can go to like over 200 plus countries and the phone just works. And there are so many videos demoing this here on the platform of YouTube that you could just search it up, Google Fi transitioning not companies, but countries, or traveling with Google Fi service. And people will show you in their videos that have Google Fi, like it just works. You fly over, the borders between two countries, and it just tells you like, boom, welcome to China, boom, welcome to South Korea, boom, welcome to Russia, like wherever you go, boom, welcome to Thailand, welcome to Japan, welcome to France, welcome to England. Like it just works, right? There's no configurations that needs to be done. There's no required of purchasing an international plan. It comes built in with the top tier plan that Google Fi offers. But maybe you don't need all that because you don't travel outside of the country. You can then go to their mid-tier plan, which I believe is $50 a month. And you get 50 gigs of high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, usage in Canada and Mexico. And that's pretty much that. And if you don't need a whole lot, then you can go with their smaller plan, the essential plan. And that one is unlimited talk and text and 35 gigs of data or 30 gigs of data, I think for $35 a month or something like that. Really, I keep hitting that wire. Really good offerings with them. But aside from what you get with the plans, there's also, the easy link up with Family Link from Google, right? So if you create a family plan on Google Fi, then you have the ability, to govern your kids' phone lines and to be able to see where they are and know what they're doing and set limitations, which is always a good thing because you don't want your kids to run amok online. I mean, today I get it. Like technology is advancing and people's perception of technology is advancing. So people, there's parents that's like, be on your phone all day. I don't care as long as you're out of my hair. And really, that's not really what you should do with your kids. You should really limit their time online and limit what they have access to. I'm just saying that's my own personal thing. But the thing is that, with the Fi service, works great on Google Pixels. Something's happened. Like I was saying, it works great on the Google Pixels, Google Pixel phones. No problem at all. Using service, activating. Same will be the same, with like iPhones and non-Pixel Android devices will work great on there. Even the Nothing phone, right? The Nothing phone 1 works on Google Fi. You can put a physical SIM in it and it will run on the network because it works great on T-Mobile. Google Fi is T-Mobile. And the thing about the access with T-Mobile is that it's not QCI 9 or QCI 10. It's not low priority. It's actually up there with, T-Mobile postpaid customers, right? So you're getting the same level of access then, like T-Mobile postpaid. So that's always good because you always want to be connected, but you also want to have good quality connection. And that's also important when it comes to choosing a provider. And with a lot of them out there offering things like $25 for unlimited and everything like that, of course, those are affordable plans. And you know what? If that's something that you need, obviously. But the thing with Google Fi, it's like being on postpaid without having to mess with your credit on postpaid. That's the other big benefit of Google Fi, because you use the services first and then you pay for what you've used. Technically, or you pay after you use, right? If you're on the unlimited plans, you're not paying and then using 30 days of service. You are using 30 days of service. You are being billed for the 30 days of service, and the bill is due 14 days after the end of the bill cycle. So that's solid. The only caveats I ever really had with Google Fi is the fact that their customer service can be a bit condescending and not really customer focused. That's their only main issue, whether it's chat or by phone. And so, yeah, I would say that that's an area that Google Fi can improve on. But other than that, I mean, I don't really deal with customer service every day. So that tells a tale that it's pretty solid. I have no problems at all whatsoever with them. And the only other thing I wish was that they would bring back, the whole smart switch thing. And they could actually do it. I mean, they're already, have an agreement with T-Mobile. I feel like that, honestly, they should make a deal with Verizon and AT&T just to kind of broaden their coverage. And I think that would be a big attractor of, getting customers. Now, for those people who just like, well, they don't offer fully unlimited like T-Mobile. Well, T-Mobile's not going to give them that access. That would totally crush them in competition. So there has to be some limitations put on Google Fi so that not every T-Mobile customer wants to jump ship. But for the most part, my experience with Google Fi has always been a good one as far as network connectivity, device selections, smartwatch support, plans. They're all good. And then, of course, the benefits, the side things like the data-only SIMs and the hotspot and even a family link. And yeah, check the description. You guys use my promo code. You guys will get $60 for signing up. And the cool part is, I mean, I don't make anything on it because I pretty much maxed that out. But you guys will get something for it. So anyways, yeah, that's it. I would say for me, Google Fi, 5 out of 5 stars, in my opinion.